We started that in 2017 on the basis that there was an unmet demand for bridging finance and also for small development and refurbishment finance. And that has been proved to be a very wise strategic decision. We've made record profits this year. We've made record revenues, record transactions. We've got a fantastic team.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by S&U Chairman Anthony Coombs. Anthony, very good to speak with you. You're up to your full year 2025 results, so that's to the end of January. And you've managed to hold revenue steady despite some headwinds for your Advantage motor finance business last year.
Yes, although the results are less than we'd have liked, there's no doubt about it that Advantage last year was subject to a number of regulatory challenges, which affected the industry as a whole, the motor finance industry as a whole, not just Advantage. And the FCA ordered a 166 investigation, as they have to a number of our competitors. But that obviously had a significant effect on our ability to relate to our customers, to concentrate on that. It cost us about £1.5 million in terms of costs, and also, in a sense of prudence, it meant that we increased our provisions in the business by about £11 million in the year alone, which obviously had the major effect on reducing our profitability. We don't expect that to be repeated this year. And as we get back to normal, but in a more technically compliant way, in line with what we've agreed with the FCA, we think that we can go from strength to strength. And indeed, the results in the early parts of this financial year are bearing that in mind. I mean, they're bearing that out. I mean, I think I've just seen the results for March and February were equally good, and there are improvements taking place, both in terms of our transactions and in terms of our collections. And I think that that's very promising.
With that FCA S166 process now concluded, Anthony, would you say you've emerged stronger?
Well, I think we have. It's obviously time will tell. I mean, we've always believed, I've got to say on behalf of the people, that, we've dealt with our customers in a responsible and, dare I say it in this day and age, Christian-like manner. I mean, that's the way that we operate. We work on Christian values, do unto others as you would have to be done to yourself. And it was disappointing in a sense that the FCA seemed at one point to call that into question. I don't think they do that now, but nevertheless, it did wobble, if you like, morale in the business. Now that's coming back. It's coming back with a vengeance, and I'm sure it will do very much better as a result. But I think we will be stronger, if only for the fact that we will realize how compliant we are, and that there will be no risk anymore of that being called into question. And I think, therefore, the business will benefit in the medium term.
So while revenue is down slightly at Advantage Motor Finance, that was more than compensated for by higher revenue from Aspen Bridging. So that did really well, record revenue and record profitability.
Yes, that's going very well indeed. We started that in 2017 on the basis that there was an unmet demand for bridging finance and also for small development and refurbishment finance. And that has been proved to be a very wise strategic decision. We've made record profits this year. We've made record revenues, record transactions. We've got a fantastic team, generally very young people, who are all getting professional qualifications. I've just been speaking to some of them now, and we hold great hopes for the prospect of that business.
So you already pointed out to a positive start to your new financial year, Anthony. How are you seeing the economic landscape and the interest rate environment, and how will that affect your customers this year?
Very good question. An optimist would say that it will stabilize and interest rates will gradually come down, and the tariff war will not have a major effect. And in fact, it may even have a stimulatory effect, because some of the competition that we otherwise would face would mean that prices in the UK may actually start coming down. But overall, I think it's probably going to be, excuse me, negative for economic growth. But in our business, so long as we do our underwriting properly, both in motor finance and residential property finance, I think we'll be able to overcome that, as we always have done over the last 88 years. So cautiously optimistic, as I normally am, is on the general macroeconomic background.
Well, Anthony, I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress as the year progresses, but thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you very much indeed. All the best and happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you as well. Anthony Coombs, Chairman of S&U.